Well, that was quick. We're live.
Oh, we are live. I'm still adjusting my chair.
Sometimes it takes a few seconds to get going. I literally pressed the button and bing, we were off.
I was wiggling about on my chair. It's all squeaky.
You've got the noisy one.
I know.
So, yeah, hi. Welcome to our regular Sunday chat. If you're new to the Sunday ones, these are just whatever, really. Rambles, pretty much. Sometimes there's a haul if we've been outsourcing, which I'm sure most of you know at the moment, we're still pretty much not sourcing. Although we have a jumble coming up again soon, don't we?
Yeah, I can't go to it though, which is really annoying.
I'm going.
I know you are.
So we don't really have, I've picked up a few bits, and there's a couple of bits that I picked up at the jumble sale last weekend. You're going to do a separate haul.
Yes.
Of your clothing stuff sometime during the week.
To get myself organised, and I will. So
we'll share a few of those. Haven't got any sales to share really. I did do a sales roundup video a couple of days ago, so you may have seen that. But we're just going to ramble really, share a few of these bits and bobs and chat about those.
Yeah.
And just say hi. Lots of people chatting in the chat. Let me scroll back. I think it was Heather was first in. I did say hi.
Yes.
Yes, Treasure Pirate Heather says, well, hey, first in. So welcome. And then we've got Lucy, Twin Red Dragons, Dr. Doodle Doo, Jason, Karin, Will You Take Less, Crap in the Attic. Another great
We've
name.
got a lot of that.
We do. Well, I was saying, I think when I was chatting to Zahir, that the plan is when I've cleared more, and you look at the space there.
I know there's been a couple of comments on there already about the space.
And if you move your head this way a bit, there's another empty shelves, more empty shelves. And if I condensed all of this now, I could probably have 3 complete empty racks. And next week I'm starting to send up to FBA, so all of this will be gone. So yeah, space.
I looked up there. I don't know why I did it.
There's nothing up there. But we do have.
Oh, that would be kind of. What's there then?
Well, there's a load of crap there, but a lot of that's going. This is all FBA in these boxes.
Yeah,
almost.
Those... Oh, yeah.
So this isn't entertaining. We're pointing at stuff you can't see. I've been stacking up boxes of FBA there. Under here, it's all FBA. Most of this is all FBA. So that's all going to vanish throughout the next month.
Yeah.
But we, like you said, we have a lot of crap in the attic, a lot of which is for this Christmas. We need to get that down soon anyway.
Need to get organised.
So perhaps we'll do a video once we brought that down. So
I'm sure people would love to see in our attic.
I'm not sure about filming up there. That'd be awkward. We have quite a low, like our roof is like that, so it's I have to bend down when I'm up there. We haven't got like a steep angle roof. There's plenty of space, but you can't really stand up. I can't stand up there properly.
No, I can't.
So it's really awkward. I can't imagine trying to film and wander around.
No.
Anyway, let's say a few more hellos. We've got Bob, Dixon, Chelsea, Peter Cummins, all popping in to say hi, chatting amongst themselves. Malinky's in there, Gary, Southwest Sellers, Paul. So welcome everyone.
Yes.
Shingbobs.
I think I saw Lisa and Andrea's in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So yeah, what we're going to talk about. I'll share some of these bits and bobs actually first while it's here, and I can get it out of the way.
Okay.
This.
Oh, you could talk about your post office account as well. I just thought.
Oh yeah. I got hold of. You may have seen the video I did about the little printer. We got ourselves one of these, so we can do click and drop.
Yeah. So
we got ourselves a thermal printer. There was an offer through Royal Mail where you could get it for £150 plus VAT, so about 180. But me being me, I picked one off eBay for, what did I pay? 80, 90?
Yeah, something like that. It was a lot cheaper anyway.
Got it about half price. And so now we can print off labels. All our parcels can go tracked. The annoying thing is I spoke to lots of different reps and trying to find the right system for me, because at the moment I get discount through being able to send my mail on the average weight. So I chuck it all in a sack, weigh it and divide by the number of parcels, and it means I can send bulky stuff along with a load of lightweight stuff and get it all at a cheap rate. And they kept saying to me that I can continue with that system, and I can't. It's all got to be individually weighed.
Yeah,
and it seems to be no way around it, so I lose that.
It's going to be a lot more time consuming and a bit more expensive as well, isn't it?
Yep. Which sucks.
So, I know. So we're trying to weigh
up.
But
it is tracked.
Yeah, we're trying to weigh up, is it worth the tracking for what we lose?
I think it
for,
is.
you know, items not received.
So now,
you think it's worth it?
I think all our parcels under 2 kilos, we're going to use the click and drop. So they have these 2D barcodes on. So that will all be tracked. Anything that is heavier than that, we'll just do Hermes, which is tracked anyway. But I will have to pay a fair chunk more than I do currently. And large letters currently through this system aren't tracked anyway.
So we've just got to get an idea in our heads and changing our postage costs.
It just felt like a bit of a letdown though.
Yeah,
after all that hassle. And then of course this bloody printer wouldn't work on my Mac. And yeah. So I spent quite a few hours this week just fiddling around trying to make everything work out how it all works. And then I was quite disappointed that I can't do my bulk average weight discounts.
They weren't really understanding, were they? When by discounts they thought you meant like
bulk discounts.
Yeah.
No, well I get that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so most of this probably won't make sense to a lot of you, so sorry if that was boring, but yeah, let's show you some stuff. That's always more interesting.
Oh, that does bring some.
We went to a jumble last week. We did a little video, didn't we? Or did we?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
I didn't pick up a lot. I saw a couple of our subscribers there who were doing okay, picking up stuff that in one case that I was putting back down. I just really wasn't in the headspace to pick up a lot because I'm still in clear out mode, but I did buy a few bits. This, as a general rule with mega blocks, it's not really worth bothering with. It's like the sort of dodgy cousin of Lego, but Halo stuff is quite collected. And I've just dropped a bit. Anyway, I bought this for £1. It's a Halo battle, what do they call it? Battlescape. There you go. Halo Battlescape. It's obviously very used. The box is a bit battered, but these I've seen selling used for 20 to 30. So that was pretty good. Can I pass you that one? I picked up some books. I haven't actually had a chance to look into these. No, I think I did scan this one. I think I scanned this one at the time into Amazon. It does okay. It's a dummies. I don't even know what Six Sigma is. What's Six? I assume it's some sort of programming thing. Do you think?
No idea.
Business efficiency. Whatever. Yeah. And some tractor books. Hey.
Everybody needs a tractor book.
Yeah. I haven't looked into those, but they were 50p each. Yeah. No. Or was it 3 for £1? I think it was 3 for £1.
Yeah, I think it might have been.
Don't know. I did get a load of media, which is all already listed and stacked at the back, so I can't show you that. And then I popped into town to pick up something. From all that bubble wrap.
Oh yeah.
I ordered a load more bubble wrap. The chunkier stuff. So here's convinced me to go big bubbles.
Go large.
go large or go home. And I popped in a charity shop and they just put out some sealed box sets. £1.49 each. 2 of these Oz ones, as you can see, factory sealed. They're going to go into FBA. I think these are currently around the sort of £12 each mark. And this Jericho, which, as you can see, £1.49. I can't remember. I think this was good. I think that was higher. So anyway, they're just going to go in the boxes with all the Amazon stuff.
Can you just scroll down in the chat because you've left it hanging? Can't see what people are saying.
Okay. I think you should have the mouse over there, and then you can control the chat.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you want the mouse over there?
Oh, I'll leave
then we've got to move all that crap.
Well, as long as you just leave it at the bottom, then it refreshes itself. But
oh, it just jumped. Right, let's read a bit of chat. How far back? Oh,
there you go. So we've missed.
Yeah, but they're meant to come up here, super chats.
No, they don't.
Okay, Electronic Firing Squad has super chatted $5. Thank you so much. He says, do you want to read that out?
Yeah, it says, can't hang around, heading into a huge estate auction, electronics galore. We'll catch up tonight. Buy all, Brian. Well, thank you, Brian.
Wow, good luck.
If you're watching this on catch up and we've totally missed that, thank you very much for that.
I love the look. I've seen a few videos in America where they go to estate sales.
Yeah, I know, that looks cool.
And they look so cool. It's if you don't know, it's like if a member of your family dies or the owners of the house die or whatever it is, and they've got to sell off their estate, they basically open the house up to the
Yeah.
public. I've seen videos where people are queuing up and then they let you in and everything's like priced up and you just whiz around. And then on the last, they normally do it for a few days, I think. And then the last day they'll have like a half off and they look fun.
There's a similar thing actually that Zahir and Beck went to, wasn't it? Where they picked up all those clothes and jewelry.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But it's not common.
It's not common here, no.
I think in the UK we just get what I call like house clearance people in, don't we?
Yeah.
And a house, we actually pay people to come and clear your house.
Right.
Remember when my grandfather died and we did that, and I happened to be there, and they came in and they demolished half of the furniture.
Yeah.
It was really tough to see, but they only kept the bits that were really worth good money to them.
Yeah.
And they just trashed the rest.
I don't think I could ever do that.
Okay. Hitman UK got a bolo today, Hero Quest and Space Crusade from one stall at the car boot.
Wow.
Oh, see, hearing things like that really makes me want to go outsourcing again. I've been so good, really.
I know. It's an itch that we can't scratch though, isn't it?
It's tough. But we are both really enjoying clearing stock.
Yeah.
I'm doing so much better than
in fact
I
that's almost just as addictive, isn't it? Just clearing a box. I mean, when you get to the end, I've done a couple this week, and just getting to the end of that box, it's like, wow, I've got empty boxes.
So we are on course to you know, I'm not saying we're going to clear the entire backlog, but we're on course to clear enough so we can get everything out of the loft. That's kind of our mission between now and Christmas. Okay. Dan Mann says, hey guys, I had a great car boot today, picked up a complete Harry Potter Scene It and Harry Potter Lego Lego Hogwarts, both checked and complete, cost £12. Cool. I had that Lego Hogwarts, didn't I?
Yeah.
I sent it to Amazon and I think I got 40 back on it. It might still be there. I sold that before at Amazon. Let me catch up and scroll down. Peter, Sony shortwave radio for £4. Hopefully it works. Yeah, hopefully. That is the risk with the electronics.
I know.
Anne C. Davis, the parcels don't always get scanned though, Nick. I had a lot of problems with click and drop parcels not being scanned. What's the point? If you're printing off the scannable, but what is the point?
What is the point?
But maybe you could claim then. If someone says something hasn't arrived, the point is you've got. I've only just started using it, but I think you can go back in and you can get your tracking number and you can say, hey, Royal Mail, where is this? And if they can't say it's been delivered, surely they will reimburse you. But then Royal Mail only pay out your investment in the item anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, that's frustrating. If they're not actually scanning them, there is no point. Right, let me read a few more. Mega Blocks is poverty Lego. Yes, it is pretty much. That's what I was saying. But the Halo stuff, have a look yourself. It goes for okay money.
Six Sigma is a project management type thing, a bit like Prince 2, says Peter Cummins. I wouldn't even know what Prince 2 was, so no. But thanks for that. Project management, there you go. You probably don't need to know that, really.
we need someone to come and manage us, don't we? Yes. We're bloody useless. Okay, let's share a few more bits. Oh, I also picked...
Scroll down to the bottom so I can see what's going on.
Yeah, but I haven't read half of this.
That's fine.
Okay, there you go.
There we go.
I have a Mega Blocks fire truck, says Paul. I've seen it go for 35. Oh, there you go. Polly Pocket Vintage, great. New Polly, rubbish, says it, man. I don't know what's going on there. I also ordered myself some of this stuff. I've not had this before. It's basically black cling film. But recently I've had a lot of bulky stuff. And it's just a lot easier to pack if you can just roughly coat it in cardboard and then wrap the hell out of it with this stuff. Yeah. It's like this that I'm going to show you in a sec that's sold. I'm just going to bubble wrap it and then wrap it in this.
Bubble rabbit.
Bubble rabbit. What's a bubble rabbit?
I don't know. It sounds quite interesting, though.
But yeah, I think I shared this somewhere. might have been in the chat chat. I had two of these like 1970s or 60s slide projectors. You know, when old 35mm, you could have it turned into a slide and project it on your wall. It makes me feel young when I see this sort of equipment, because my family used to do that. Turn all the lights off, get all the family around, project your pictures on the wall. It's classic. We've still got hundreds and hundreds of slides.
Yeah, my dad still does that with his, when he's doing his bee talks. He likes to try them out on us first. So
yeah, my dad
sit and watch a bee talk.
My dad is like a semi-professional beekeeper, and he shot me thumb in it. And he takes like pictures of bees and then he projects them, and he does lectures and all this stuff. Anyway, I don't know why I've opened it. I can hardly get it out. It weighs a ton. Jeez. There it is. It's a Kodak. It's like a carousel slide projector. So it has a round drum that you put the slides in. It's a cool one. It's got an infrared remote and various other bits and bobs. Paid a tenner in a charity shop, and it's sold within a couple of days for 90 with £10 shipping. But yeah, for this, I'm just going to bubble wrap it with my new chunky bubbles and then put that around it, and it'll be done.
Okay.
Happy days. I won't pass this to you. It's so ridiculously heavy.
It's so heavy.
It's about
the postman's going to love you.
Well, it'll go Hermes.
The Hermes man's going to love you.
And at the same time, I listed this one, which just shows a slide projector. Not all slide projectors are equal, shall we say. That's a Kodak, and they tend to hold more value. This is a Kinderman, and I was lucky to get 20 quid out of it. I've seen loads and loads that weren't selling. I think mine went because it had a box. Also, it had two spare like slide trays. But yeah, £20 with, I think it was £8 shipping on it. But this is just more your sort of bog standard, like Argos equivalent of a.
Yeah, it's a nice box though.
Yeah, so that one will just be, yeah. Well, it's boxed up. Thing is, it was boxed up and ready to go, and then I added these that I picked up separately because they fit it, and now they won't fit in there. I've tried.
Yeah.
So I've now got to box that and then just stick it on somehow.
Houdini's long box says some couriers don't like the black shrink wrap. Who puts in brackets parcel force, because it gets caught on the conveyor system at the company. Gets caught on the conveyor system at the company I used to work for. We had an agreement we would only send 10% in shrink.
Okay, I see loads at my Hermes drop off. There's loads done like it.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
I'll probably tape it as well. Tape all the edges. I won't just leave it stuck. I'll tape the actual edges of it all, so it's going to be hard to peel off. But yeah, and I don't tend to use parcel force anyway. No. I find them really quite expensive.
Yeah, and tricky. They often don't turn up when they say they're supposed to turn up.
No, that was Yodel.
Oh, was it Yodel?
Yodel were just useless. Worse than useless. Oh, Peter's in there. Hi, mate. And Sib K. Bumcrack Picker. When I worked in a toilet roll / paper tissues warehouse, we used to stand on the shrink wrapping machine and get spun around to get wrapped up. Oh, I'd love that.
Brilliant.
Yeah. When I worked for Dixon's, they had those machines. I used to work in the big, massive Dixon's warehouse that's not there anymore in Stevenage. And they had the ones where you put a pallet on a revolving thing, and then you'd stand there with your shrink wrap. And we had all sorts of fun and games. And we used to use pallet trucks. We used to scoot around on those.
I can imagine. But
then people got injured and we all got told off. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't expect you're insured for that.
Nope. Another pickup I got at the Jumble, which is slightly disappointing because I think it's broken. It's a vintage 35mm SLR camera, which I can't open now. Oh, open the wrong side. It's a Praktica, like so. It's got a lens on it that says Zeiss, but I don't think it's particularly valuable. It says Carl Zeiss in it. But this is doing nothing. It's not. Yeah. It's not for pulling the film. I think I haven't had it open, but I doubt it's an easy fix or a fix that I could do. So that's disappointing. I mean, the lens will get me my money back. I spent £3 on it.
Yeah.
It's got one of these little add-on flashes, but I doubt that has any value. It's got its manual, but yeah, if the body of the camera's not working, that's not great. So yeah, I'll cash in the lens, probably make a bit on it anyway, but slightly disappointing. Oh, this I'll show you just because it's here. I love this. This takes me back to the late 70s. I think this is a 70s one. 78, does that say? You've got better eyes than me.
Well, it's got glare on it.
I think it's 78 or 79.
76, I think.
Oh, okay. I had these when I was a kid. I think I had this actual one, but I used to wreck my toys. I just destroyed them. So if you're of my generation, do you remember this little loader? It's a Matchbox. I don't know what they called it. It's a Super Kings. I really can't read what it says, but this is in lovely, lovely condition. I did all the photos for it, but I haven't listed it yet. I haven't done the research either. And I got this, yeah, loads of info coming then. I got this at the boot sale last summer, where there was a rummage bin under a table. They didn't have particularly good stuff on the table, and then there's this rummage bin, and I fished out a load of Matchbox stuff, a load of Lego, and some other really cool bits. And then he was like, oh, 10p an item or whatever. Got them for next to nothing. But the stuff he had on his top was just crap. There you go. People have no idea what they've got, really. So anyway, that'll get listed either tonight or tomorrow. This sold as well. Took an offer of 73. Had it on at 90, which was a bit optimistic. And the chap messaged me. He's doing a charity gig and he needed it just for that, effectively. So he was trying to sweet talk me, really. I'm doing a charity gig. Can you do it for 70? And we went back and forth and ended up at 73. I was happy. It owed me 20. So, and that's a Spirit Folio Light mixing desk. So an audio mix.
Jumbo Trail, didn't it?
Yeah, I bought that along with a Hitachi amp, the one the guy came around.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did really well that day. Been selling off all the electronics from it. Right.
Yeah.
Let's pop in the chat again. Ooh. Oh, there's Rebecca.
Oh, cool.
Beck's in there. Oh, is he in there? Oh, yeah, Zahir's in there. He was talking about a long time ago, he worked in Dixon's on Oxford Street. I used to love my Dixon's, my local in Stevenage. It's where I got my first computer, which was a Spectrum. It's where I got my first little stereo, which was like a Seisho cheap, like little boom box.
Yeah.
And we used to shop in that same Dixon's, but we didn't know each other, obviously.
No, we didn't know each other.
Yeah, and now it's some crappy clothing shop, isn't it?
I got my Walkman in there, I think, and my sort of Philips got yellow double cassette player, I think it was.
Oh, you should have kept that.
I know.
Yeah, Dixon's was great. The warehouse, like I said, that I worked in was awesome. It was massive, absolutely massive. Dixon's have a lot to answer for, says Gary. Why? What have they done?
What's Dave Rowland trying to coerce Beck into doing?
I don't know. That sounds dodgy. Someone was asking about the shelves. Last time of asking, question, are your shelves empty because you've listed and sold, or is that in combination with listing and reducing prices, or just reducing prices? The gaps are because I've listed stuff that's just sat there for ages and wasn't listed. Effectively, how it works in here, that whole side that you can see is unlisted, apart from the last about a bay and a half. And then there's 2 bays this side that's all listed stock. And up there's mostly listed. So most of the time, everything you can see on this side isn't listed. So now we've been really pushing it and listing it. That's why the holes are appearing. But hopefully through the next month, you'll see a massive change because we're just going to send a ton up to Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were saying that Fake Rachel sent a massive shipment up.
Huge shipment.
Is that all like RA and stuff?
Yeah.
Wow. We haven't got a great deal of that. Some in the loft though.
She's been collecting it through the year, I think.
Yes. I think I'll do more of that again next year.
Yeah.
Okay, let me scroll down a bit more.
Oh, look, we've got
Krillin. $2.
Oh, are we high school sweethearts?
Squeakhearts.
Squeakhearts. No, we're sweethearts.
No,
we're not high school. Work.
You explain where and how we met.
Yeah, oh, I think we're probably boring people if everyone's had this, apart from Krillin. We worked in a record shop together called Our Price back in 96, 97.
Yep.
And we got together on your birthday in 97.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. So yeah, we've been together 20 years this year. I know.
I keep saying I'm expecting a medal.
Yeah, right. Mine first.
You're expecting a medal too, aren't you? Okay. I think I'm actually at the bottom of the chat. Yay. One man riot question: would you consider selling all your sports goods in one go to a specialist sports shop for what you paid for it just to get rid of it? No.
We bought it from a sports shop, didn't we?
Well, one that had closed down, they were selling it off. I got it so cheap and there's so much money in it. No, we're going to cash that in. We will, honestly, we will. It's all coming down.
It's been there for years.
I know.
I have sort of picked out the kids stuff. I've done a lot of the kids stuff.
Weren't you doing some of the swimwear from it, or was that other stock?
I have. That was in the shop, but it was from that haul.
Yeah.
So it's online now. Yeah.
But no, we will bring it down and work through it. There's so much stuff up there. I remember there's a big box of trophies, isn't there?
Is there? Oh,
yeah. Like uninscribed, all brand new boxed up trophies. They've got to be worth something.
Must be.
And then there's box after box of brand new like hoodies and
cricket stuff,
cricket wear, rugby tops, sealed up rugby tops. I
want to get up there and get it down now.
Well, maybe I should condense all of this tomorrow and we can start bringing it down.
Yeah, let's do that.
But I need to start sending to
Let's do that. We'll make a video while we do it.
This is not entertaining viewing. We're just discussing what we're going to do. Okay. What else are we going to talk about, actually? I've kind of shared whatever random gear I had on the side.
Well, you've left the chat hanging again.
You grab the mouse and you sort it out.
I can't reach it, though.
I'll put it over there. Look, let me move this.
Oh, we've got another super chat from Krillin. Thank you very much, Krillin, who said, sports, are you selling cricket bats? Do you have any cricket bats?
Don't have any cricket bats. We have cricket whites, as in the trousers and shirts. And there's cricket boxes, which cover your bits. Yeah, no bats. There's a load of... what is it? I can't even remember.
No, it'd be fun, wouldn't it? It'll be rediscovering it.
We'll get it down and we'll do a video. I don't know how soon that is, whether it will be next week. because I really need the space to sort out all the FBA. If we fill this place up with all of that crap, I won't be able to move to do FBA. See, got to do this in a sensible order. So yeah, thanks for the super chat, Krillin. Oh, and I checked out your videos. You went to see Depeche Mode at New York. Oh, what's the famous venue in New York? Madison Square Gardens. He was there, and the video was Everything Counts, which is your favorite.
Yes.
So yeah,
I haven't looked at that. I will.
Thanks for sharing that. And I watched the Pixies one as well. Wasn't a lot of moshing going on in that video though. Yeah. Bit disappointing. Huh.
I tried very hard to get Fall Out Boy tickets for Ellen this week. They'd sold out within, well, my page hadn't even loaded by the time they'd sold out.
Yeah. And what had happened? She'd ordered a vinyl.
On Twitter, it said if you pre-order the vinyl, you get a special code that you can get pre-sale tickets on the Wednesday, because the tickets went on sale on Friday. So we did that. We pre-ordered the album, never got the code. We're not the only ones. Loads of other people didn't get it. And so then it said, sign up for like the newsletter and all that kind of stuff. And then you can get pre-sale ticket code for Thursday. So we did that. No code came through whatsoever. So Friday comes, I watch the little counting down, 3, 2, 1. Page goes loading, sold out.
I think that's outrageous, though, that they were basically, you know, selling their vinyl on the back of you'll get a pretty much you'll get a ticket to the gig if you want it, and didn't even get the code. She was a bit gutted about that.
She was gutted.
Super K's just super chatted £2. Says, thank you, Krillin, for supporting our economy, love, from the UK.
Oh.
Yeah, fantastic. I keep reaching for the mouse now, and it's there. You'll have to. You got a keep control now.
Yeah, I know, but it's now. It's doing it himself. I can't even speak tonight. Doing it itself.
I can't stop reaching for the mouse. They'll find Duncan Goodhue hiding in the corner of their loft. Duncan Goodhue. Yeah, Krillin won't know who the hell you're talking about there.
Why would he be in the loft? Oh, because of the sports stuff.
Yeah. There's also a great big, do you remember that massive like shoulder pads thing? I think it's for like rugby training. You wear it over your head and it's, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, for scrum type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get it down now and have a look. There's so much gear. I picked up a full set of kickboxing gear. This is Hitman. Clothes and pads. There was a used box inside. Horrible. Yeah. All the boxes that I've got, as far as I know, are new. They're all in packaging. Yeah, I wouldn't want to handle a used box.
No, I wouldn't either.
I bought one of your favourite items today, Nick. Race night and seen it. Seen it depends which one. Yeah. Some aren't worth picking up. Certain ones, definitely. I was proper moshing. This is Peter Ray. He says I wash proper moshing.
Here you are, have it back.
I think you mean I was proper moshing. Now I've lost where your comment's gone. Last night, oh yeah, he was going to see Enter Shikari at the Rose Theatre in Kingston. Videos going out on YouTube later once I work out some. Wow, awesome. Good stuff. I love hearing about what music people are seeing.
Yeah. Scott Burrows says, Nick, how many items are you sending to FBA and how many do you already have at Amazon? Oh my goodness, I don't even know if I could count.
I'm not sure of the numbers. I have the lowest numbers I've had up there for a long time because we had the long-term storage fees. I reduced a load of my stuff to clear it. I had a load sent back. I even had some stuff destroyed that just wasn't worth messing with. So our numbers were right down in the few hundreds. But we've got, I don't even know, probably over 100 board games to go up, a stack of media, a load of toys and games, a load of electronics, a load of console games. So yeah, I don't know, but we'll probably double our inventory next month and hopefully clear it all at Christmas. That's the idea.
But it's been tricky, hasn't it, with all the fees and stuff?
Yeah, you just have to be aware of it, and we've just tweaked how we do things a little bit to avoid fees.
Ray Cunningham asks, what does your t-shirt mean?
Well, anybody in the chat who knows the reference, well, there's your problem. Where does this come from? This is my second well, there's your problem t-shirt.
Yeah, the other one died in the wash.
The washing machine, I mean, you said you killed it. The washing machine killed my last one. Let me see if anyone knows. Anyone know the reference? Nobody's coming in. No.
Well, there's always a delay anyway. John L says, in a nutshell, Nick, what are the advantages of going for FBA over eBay?
Price, essentially, and convenience.
Well, just as an example, you could have a board game that wouldn't be worth putting on eBay at all, but would fetch quite a good price on Amazon.
Yeah,
it's a very different market, isn't it?
Yeah, and it doesn't work like that with everything. It's complicated, but yeah, effectively, because you're FBA and people can use their Prime benefits, you can charge more than all of the merchant fulfilled prices. So if you're the only FBA seller, I tend to find you do really well out of it. But it is quite complicated. There you go. Jason knows Mythbusters.
Yeah, and Barry said as well.
Yeah, Mythbusters is a show that it's kind of still going, but in a different form. Last time I watched, they were trying to find the new presenters. They were basically had a series where they were auditioning presenters. We
don't get Discovery anymore. So.
No, we changed our package and I don't get Discovery. So I watch a lot less telly now. Yeah. And this is just a quote from one of the presenters. Adam Moore.
And what's the other one you've got? Oh, I reject your reality and substitute my own. Yeah.
Yeah. When you get Amazon to destroy something, how do you know they've destroyed it? Well, I don't think they do. I think, and I think somebody else talked about this in a video, that what they think, or they were pretty sure happens, is all of the destroyed items are just put on pallets and sold off at auction, which I think is what they do. So yeah. Oh, Darren's a Mythbusters fan. Look, Mythbusters amazing. Yeah, it was and probably still is my favourite show on TV. That and Time Team.
We used to watch so much Time Team when Ellen was growing up. We called him Uncle Tony.
Tony Robinson was Uncle Tony in our house because
he was so familiar to Ellen. He was like a member of our family.
Well, they used to repeat that like on a daily basis on Discovery or whatever it was. So I'd have it on most days, even if I'd seen it before. Yeah. One man right. I have a load of new and sealed stuff that gets good money on FBA, but I've never done FBA, just merchant fulfilled. Well, you could give it a try. Yeah, I held back from doing it for years. The big part for me is the convenience, especially with this sort of bulky board game stuff. I can fill a massive box, send it away, and I don't have the hassle of packing it.
Yeah, and I think you do get more sales because of the Prime.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Prime means because you're selling Prime, you stand out. And a lot of people only shop on Amazon. They click the show me only Prime stuff. So all the merchant fulfilled is out of the question then. So yeah. Time Team was legendary, says Peter. Tony Robinson is a legend. Yes, he is indeed. Yes, Time Team on All 4 on a Saturday afternoon. Oh, okay.
Is it? Okay.
Oh. Yeah, I think it's Mick Aston from that. Unfortunately, died a few years back. You know that really hair used to wear like rainbow coloured jumpers. Yeah, it was never the same after that.
No.
Paul Calvert, can someone help me? Do you have to be an established seller on Amazon before you do FBA? I don't think so. I don't think they restrict you. I think you have to be a business.
Yeah, and you will have to do the check and send in.
You will have to prove that you're registered.
Send in your business registration details, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where we came unstuck, wasn't it? 2 years ago.
Well, not because we weren't a registered business, because they didn't understand our paperwork.
But because we suddenly were selling so much more because it was Christmas, and you were also putting all your efforts into Amazon, they decided, oh, we need to just check who you are and make sure that you are who you say you are. Can you just send us all your partnership details? And they just at the beginning of Christmas, the beginning of December.
Well, it was around my birthday, wasn't it?
They put our account on hold.
They pulled the plug. I just spent like a month sending hundreds, if not thousands, of items up to FBA, and then they said, "Oh, we need to check your business status, so we're going to basically switch your account off until you can prove that you're a registered business."
And then we've been selling with them for years.
But then they wouldn't accept that we were a partnership, which is what we were, and we're actually changing that.
Everything we sent them that we had, they said that they didn't accept, did they?
No,
they just
and I had to. In the end, I had to. I was on the phone to the HMRC like on a daily basis, and in the end, I got them to write me a letter saying Nicholas and Andrea Hills are a registered partnership. This is their partnership number. These are their individual UTR numbers. And then that letter I had to send to Amazon. They wouldn't accept anything else. Oh my God, I was going nuts at that point.
Putting our hair out, weren't we?
Yeah. Anyway, how did we get onto that? Amelia saying, personally, I want to do Amazon, but it's just a huge leap to me. Try merchant fulfilled first. You can sell loads on that. I still do some merchant fulfilled because that's quite convenient for some things, but I'd give it a go. I wouldn't rule it out.
Yeah.
Hitman got hide and seek for Christmas. Do you resell VHS? If you do, which ones do you recommend? Some kids ones go okay, don't they?
Yeah, like Postman Pat, I think.
Postman Pat,
Fireman Sam.
City.
The retro, more the retro 90s type.
Yeah. I think as a general rule, it's stuff that wasn't then reissued on DVD. So people that are really trying to find that particular Sooty show for whatever reason has to get it on VHS. And then there's some like horror stuff that only came out on VHS and then was never reissued.
Yeah, like my cousin Ben collects a lot of VHS.
Yeah, pre-certificate stuff as well. So if you find old horror films on VHS, like pre-certificate era, just pick them up. because they'll be cheap anyway, and chances are they'll be worth money because people collect that stuff. Peter says, I got Time Team recorded on a series link on Virgin Box, and yes, Mick Aston died, and there's a group on Facebook with tens of thousands of signatures to get a one-off special in relation to Mick. Oh wow, that would be cool. Yeah. Right. Oh, Darren's in there. Hi, Darren. How are we doing for time? Oh, we've got 20 minutes. I've got nothing left to talk about.
There was one thing I thought would be good to talk about, was about sort of work-life balance, because I've noticed a lot of people talking about, you know, working on weekends, working on Sundays, and obviously the nature of what we do, we source on a weekend. But I was wondering, just having a conversation with you guys about, you know, do you give time for yourselves? If you don't have a full weekend, do you give time to yourself in the week? Do you have a weekend in the week time? Or do you just work 7 days and give yourselves holidays every now and then, or a bit of time off? Or, you know, how does it work with everyone? Maybe this is a conversation for the Tat Chat as well.
Yeah. What do you do?
Well, I try.
You kind of have Tuesday off, effectively, don't you?
Tuesday, a bit less, because I have a Pilates class on Tuesday, which...
we do Pilates and then you go to your nan's.
Yeah, but I do work in the morning before I go, and after lunch before I go to nanny's. So, you know, I do take a little bit of time off on a Tuesday, but I try to give Saturday and Sunday so that we have a bit of time to spend with Ellen. But obviously, a lot of that time is sourcing. Whether
it hasn't been recently.
Whether we go out to charity shops, or whether we, you know, go to a jumble sale, you know, that sort of thing.
It is a tough one to juggle, because like you say, if you source in the ways that we tend to, that takes up a lot of your weekend. And whether you give yourself that time back in the week.
I just think it's an interesting question, because obviously we do this because we want more of a life balance, and we want more time to ourselves. But do we end up working more and, you know, perhaps longer hours because we're working at home?
I think any self-employed person works harder than an employed person, as a general rule anyway. You don't switch off. You know, and then you don't get paid holidays, so you don't tend to take as much anyway. You don't get paid days off, so you don't tend to take them anyway. You don't get sick pay, so you don't have those sneaky sick days off, because why would you if you're earning money for yourself? So I think self-employed, there's exceptions to the rule, obviously, but I think, let us know in the chat if you agree that self-employed, you just soldier on, and you just work. And I've always found it hard to stop, but then I enjoy it, so why would I stop?
Yeah, and I mean that's it. I mean, we do enjoy it as well, and that's another reason why we choose to do this, because we enjoy it. So,
and a big part of why we do this is we didn't want to work for other people. I personally found that really hard. I describe it as being a small cog in a big machine. I hated that. So a big part of why we are in this position now is because I had to get out, and then you felt the same as well, didn't you?
I was just wondering if we then end up falling in that trap of thinking, oh gosh, I haven't really, you know, given myself any sort of time for myself or my family or whatever, because, you know, I'm just constantly working or thinking about work. Or
well, I think we give ourselves more time these days. When we had the shop and we were running an online business, I was doing 7-day weeks, and I was working till 11 o'clock at night in the shop some days. You know what I mean? I'm never going to work that hard again, because I would burn myself out.
But we used to give ourselves a designated day off each, where I would cover one
Not
day.
For the whole time we did it, we didn't. That was later on, wasn't it?
I thought we always did.
I don't remember. Anyway, let's see what people in the chat are saying. See if we've got any answers back. Does Andrea think Nick has an accent?
No.
Well, everyone's got an accent, surely.
Not a particular one.
Okay.
What accent has Nick got then?
Hertfordshire. English. I don't know. Okay. How do you find so many jumble sales, Nick? We don't find a lot. There's 2 that we know of that are regular run charity things. So they have fixed dates. But beyond that, we don't find many, if any.
No.
It's just that we're lucky that we have those. One is run twice a year and one is run 4 times a year. Is that right? Something like that.
Yeah.
And then there's a random one that sometimes occurs in Hitchin. There are signs up down there, actually.
Oh, are there?
But it doesn't mention a jumble. It just mentions the Michaelmas Fair.
Because the jumble came just after it.
Yeah, but there's no jumble sign up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to keep an eye out for that one.
One man right. I have 2 jobs, no time in capitals. I'm a workaholic. Yeah.
Yeah. And Candy Floss Crown said, this is a good point. This work thing. I work 3 to 4 plus driving lessons and housework and job search.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people cramming a lot in.
And Richard Hale says he has a full-time job and all his spare. Is that what you did? Did you just read that?
No, I was just laughing at my own comment.
I thought you.
About lots of people cramming lots in.
Oh dear, honestly, your mind.
Candy...
I thought you were laughing because I'd not heard you read that one out.
Candy Floss Crown is oh, what's her name? She's got a YouTube
Rebecca.
channel. Yes.
Oh yes.
Who I've sent that DS to and she fixed it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it is.
And yeah, so I've finished reading.
Oh, go on then. I'll shut up. Go on.
I have a full-time job and all my spare time is reselling. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people are like that. A lot of people that are in the tat chat. This is this tat flogging is a part-time.
Said he's the same.
Part-time thing. I think I've always said.
And so is Paul.
Reselling is a perfect second income part-time, but as people are saying in there, it becomes addictive and it is really fun with the sourcing, the listing, the packaging. It can quickly eat up all of your part-time, and you've got to be careful. Going back to what you were saying, that all of a sudden, where's your family time? Where's your social life?
It's fun to do the reselling, but where is the other fun? You know.
Yeah.
I sometimes find myself thinking that. I think, craving fun. I just need to go and have some fun somewhere.
Yeah. Hitman, I work nights, work on this all weekend and have 3 kids. What's time off? See, someone else. Yeah. Filling up, using up all those hours. It's easily done.
Yeah, and then suddenly your life is like whiz. It's gone.
Well, that's a bit deep.
I know, but that's how it feels sometimes.
Aaliyah says, I've been trying to source every day pretty much. First time I've been out of work in 6 years of retail. I'm reaping the rewards now with bolos.
That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, we've both got a retail background.
Yeah.
Jump. Sorry, chat's just jumped. Let's see if there's any more comments about that, and then we'll move on, read some more. Amelia, I agree, Nick. I just can't stop. I went out clubbing last night and was sat in a corner accepting offers at 3 a.m. this morning. Fantastic. Wow, 3 a.m. I was out last night, actually.
And it's worse because it's on your phone now all the time and just wherever I am. Sometimes if I'm at guides and like they're doing something, they're busy, and I hear my phone, I'm like quickly accepting an offer or something.
Well, with offers,
I think, I shouldn't be even looking at my phone now.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
With offers and messages, you know, if you're going to make a counter offer, I think it's best to do it quick. You know, while that person's there thinking, I want to buy this.
Exactly.
And when you get a question, it so pays to respond quick, because if someone's there in that moment thinking, I might buy that, that's the moment you need to say, yes, it is working, then, or whatever the question is.
Do your friends or family think you're being rude? Like my uncle Stephen always says that you're rude because you sit there looking at your phone.
Whatever. I'm not sure I care. But yeah. But I love that 3 a.m. in a club. I was out. I didn't actually look at my phone a lot last night. I was at a friend's wedding with a lot of the guys that I play poker with every Thursday. I don't think we had any offers come in or any ka-chings. We had a really, talking about sales as well, there was another post on the Tat Chat group, the Facebook group, which if you're not a member of, there should be a link below. Go over there. With only a smidge away from 1,000 people on there now. What was I saying?
The post on Tat Chat.
Oh yeah, what was the post about? Oh yeah, somebody posted that today sales had just dropped off a cliff, and a load of other people had agreed. And it was the same for us. Yesterday was really good. We did about 250, I think.
Yeah, we did loads.
Yesterday was really good, about 250 in sales gross. And then today, one sale. I think I sold some books for £15, and that's it. It's like, what? It's crazy.
Maybe it's because suddenly it was sunny again today. It was sunny and warm.
What, so everyone went out?
Yeah. Okay.
We do have a lot of relists to do though, so we might do that once we go off, and we might pick up a few quick sales then. Incentive. Okay, let's see how we're doing for time. Oh, we're okay. We'll keep going to the hour. One Man Riot. I've been sacked from every job I've ever had where I worked for someone else.
Oh dear.
Wow. I never actually got sacked. I just walked out on them all. I just upped and left every job I ever had. And I loved every time I left.
Yeah, that sense of relief, wasn't it?
Never happier than walking out of a job.
The only job I ever really, really enjoyed was Our Price.
Yeah.
And then they closed it to Open Virgin, and it was never the same.
Yeah, the Our Price was a small. We had a really good little community of people that worked there, and then when they turned it, they closed that, and we opened a Virgin Megastore. We helped set that up, and then it was just so all about the numbers, all real corporate.
Whereas before it was about customer service. It was a little family that we worked with. We all got on well together.
Yeah, and we all knew the regulars. Yeah. Well, I was a regular, and I knew all the staff, not by name, but they all knew me as someone that was in every week buying music. And then when I got the job there, I was like a pig in, you know what?
Yeah.
Loved it. Anyway, we're back on Our Price again now. Right. Let's see what we've got in here. If you've got any questions that we can finish up on, just drop them in the chat and we'll try and get onto them. Self-employed is 24/7, but if we didn't like it, we wouldn't do it. Yeah. And it is a real lifestyle choice. Any self-employment, really. Reselling, has its own quirks, and it attracts a particular type of person, I think.
I wouldn't change it at all, but I think sometimes you have to sort of check yourself. I don't mean that in a hip hop.
I check myself regularly.
In a clinical or a hip hop way. I don't mean it that way.
I check yourself.
Mean, you've got to kind of take a step back and think, oh, hang on, I need to give some time, for enjoying life as well. Yeah,
work to live, don't live to work. Yeah. And that's the thing that I've mentioned it a lot when I've been chatting with here. If anything, we're trying to work smarter, work less, and play more if we can, take more holidays, do the things that
I'm not sure
that we can afford to do. But it's like breaking a habit of a lifetime. Yeah. And I love what I do.
Yeah.
So it's like it's hard to stop doing it. But yeah, we're working on that one. It's a work in progress. But it's a lot easier to take time out now we don't have the physical shop again. So that bit's easier. A French accent, says John.
Okay.
Since when did I sound French? What's that about?
Mon Dieu. I don't know.
This conversation makes me want to check my eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me scroll down, see if there's any questions coming in. Gavin, do you both pay yourself X amount each week or month, regardless of good or bad sales? We've commented on this. I don't think this would work for everybody, but we take out of the business what we need on a monthly basis. So some months we may not take a lot out. Some months we'll clear the business out if we need to pay for something. Which, yeah, we've never had a fixed amount we take out.
Fixed amount. We don't pay ourselves a salary, do we?
Not as such. Okay. Oh, there we go. Now it's jumped. Oh God, I'm behind. What's the highest paid job you walked out of? Well, yours would have been the Amazon job.
Yeah. Yeah. That's because I had Ellen and I decided I wasn't going back. So it wasn't like a,
because you were just starting your sort of career there, really, and you would have worked.
I did enjoy Amazon. I didn't enjoy the commute because it's in Slough.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And mine would have been the police.
Because we decided we were starting eBay. We thought, well, let's go for that.
Well, we'd already been doing it, haven't we?
Yeah.
I mean, I know we talked about this, but we were doing eBay for at least a year before we pulled the plug and jumped from our jobs. Took that looking back, crazy ass decision, because we just had a baby, we were renting, and we're like, yeah, we'll jack in these perfectly good jobs.
We like to make these rash
but I
decisions.
hated my job. That's the point. I hated it with a passion.
Yeah, I didn't hate the job, but I just didn't want to leave Ellen. So it's simple as that, really.
Yeah. So anyway.
Yeah.
Do you ever think of creating your own brand and bringing them in from China?
No.
No, I wouldn't rule it out. I mean, I'll try anything, but it's not something it's never excited me. It's never something I've looked into.
Scott says, that's an interesting comment. Reselling can be done two ways, as self-employed or as a business. There's a huge difference.
I'm not sure what you mean a difference is. If you're self-employed, you are running a business. The business is essentially you. I mean, you might be saying there's a huge difference between being self-employed and setting up a company. That's a huge difference.
Yeah, but you're still running a business if you're self-employed.
Yeah, and you have to declare your taxes, and so yeah, I'm not sure. Elaborate, Scott, if you want, but we'll be going off air in about 3 minutes.
Oh, Tez is in.
Hey, yeah.
Says, hi guys, doing the ironing and watching. Often work 70 hours, not self-employed, because I have a vocation, not a job. It is all encompassing, and I find the simplicity of reselling a welcome break. Yeah.
Cool. Good to see you in the chat, Tez. Tez Nutkins has got his own reselling channel. You should be able to click through if you're in the chat. Go and check that out. You get some great hauls, some really nice electronics.
Just saw a question from Gary, actually. Gary, I think you've scrolled past it, though.
Scrolled past it? Oh. Go on.
Oh, yeah. Gary Pesket, he said, what do you enjoy more, sourcing or the sale? I don't know. Both, really. I love finding that thing, but then when I sell it, I feel just as equally excited.
Yeah.
I think, I talked about this Christmas jumper that I ended up having to give a refund on because they said it hadn't arrived in the chat this week. And I think the reason why it really gets to me when I have to give a refund, when I feel that they're lying to me, is because I really enjoy buying the thing and I like the thing, and then I send it off and I'm happy with the sale. I'm thinking, yay. And then someone goes, oh, it hasn't arrived. And I feel, not always, but there are times you kind of know, don't you? You know when somebody's lying. And this person, if you haven't read my post, 4 out of 7 of their most recent feedbacks said they hadn't received their item. Well, either they're having real trouble with their postman or they're completely lying, and I think they're completely lying.
It just seemed obvious. And the way they conducted the messages, it felt like they were just going through the motions, and they knew exactly what to say, and that sucked.
But I mean, my point is that I love the item because I've found the item, I really like it, I enjoy listing it, I enjoy selling it, and then that happens, and it's like, oh.
I think for me, on balance, the joy is the real joy is the hunt and the finding it and the excitement of buying it. You know, the whole thing, that the hunt for it, the moment you find it, and then the haggle, and then the getting it home and looking it up, that whole bit. If I could just do that,
yeah.
You know, and I know people have managed to achieve this where they've employed people to do the listing and stuff for them, and have ended up just searching for tat as their job. But we've been down the road of employing people in the past, and we just don't want that stress in our lives anymore. So we're stuck with listing it and packaging it ourselves.
Yeah.
Somebody just said, actually, I don't know if I can see the comment, something about if we could just do FBA or something, or streamline what we do and have a more simple life, would I? And yeah, I'm not against streamlining what we do and having an easier life. Don't get me wrong. I don't like hard work for the sake of it. I'm not that crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And Scott says, Nick and Andrea, do you have 2 separate businesses, as this would give you £11,000 tax relief if you don't? Both individuals are self-employed counts as separate entities.
Well, we both get the £11,000 tax free allowance anyway. Even if we're under a partnership, we're still self-employed and we have to do separate returns. Yeah. We've actually ended the partnership just because it was a waste of time, and we're just,
well, it was just causing us more hassle.
It was just extra paperwork, and nobody recognized it as a legal thing.
It
was just
weird.
Like, okay, we'll just, and the benefit of actually doing that is that we were hovering under the VAT threshold, and now that doesn't matter because we're going to have 2 separate entities.
Yeah.
Both, you know, will have that same VAT threshold, and of course both will have the £11,000 tax tax-free entitlement, whatever they call it. So yeah, I hate talking about tax and crap. Right, should we wrap this up? Where are we at? Well, we're just on the hour. Let's just see if there's any last comments to read out or questions. Where do you live? We live in Hitchin, which is Hertfordshire. We're about 30 miles out of London, straight up from London.
One man right says, how could they say it wasn't delivered? Royal Mail track their items. Well, this was before we had our new account and we were still using OBA, so it was only a £5.99 cost, so we didn't send it tracked. So
yeah. And Aaliyah says it's all that effort. It is, you know, you put a lot of care and attention into it as well, and like you say, you really love the items, and it's just a letdown, isn't it, when you feel you're getting ripped off. What's the funniest thing you've ever sold? I don't know. I've not got a clue. I don't know. I'd have to think about that and come back to you.
About it.
Okay, let me scroll. Oh, it just jumped. What? Go
on. Andy Robinson says, don't fret, Andrea, just stick Martika on and relax. Where's that Martika come from?
Well, we did the music thing ages ago, didn't we?
Did I mention her then?
Probably.
Yeah. That's a good point, actually. I haven't listened to any Martika in a long time. Thanks for that. I'm going to go and do that.
You should do. Gavin has the solution. I've just got to find one rare Atari game a month and I'm sorted.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I think one rare game of any system of that value, you'll be lucky to find one a lifetime. I'm not banking on ever finding anything in the gaming genre worth £4,000 again.
No.
No.
Ant says, but you are registered at the same address.
Yeah, and some people have said that might be an issue. We're just doing it anyway and seeing. I've always kind of, particularly with HMRC, and when there has been an issue, they're fine about it. But I tend to do things until someone tells me that I shouldn't.
But I don't see, if we're both self-employed.
I know people that have done it without any issues, so I'm not too worried. Basically, we're going to split. Amazon goes through Andrea, eBay goes through me, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Keep all the books separate, and that's that. The fact that
it shouldn't make it shouldn't make a difference if you're under the same address, because you're both separate people running separate businesses.
Well, that
as such.
Yep. If you did eBay in the United States, do you think you'd be millionaires by now?
No.
I doubt it. I don't think we'd suddenly be much better than we are in the UK. No, I don't think so. Okay. I think we should leave you people to get on with your evenings. It's now 9:10. So thanks for joining us.
Well, Boss Play TV says, hello, Andrea. If you're talking to me, hello.
Who else are they talking to?
Well, I don't know.
There's an Andrea in the chat.
I might be talking to Andrea, but she spells her name with an I. So,
okay.
I don't know.
Chelsea's just mentioned merch. We kind of haven't done anything with our merch, have we?
We haven't. No, we haven't really had the headspace for it.
We've just been.
It's not been a priority.
Just been sorting all this crap out, really.
Even though you went on about it for ages.
It was weird because
I really want to do
I
merch.
really thought I would get into merch and just be all over it, but I just no. I don't know whether that would be different if we actually got a couple of sales from those 2 t-shirts we uploaded. Perhaps that would have inspired me, but I just don't know. We may come back to it, but no. Okay. Oh, people are already saying goodbye. I did say we were going.
Yeah, we will go.
Thanks ever so much for joining us. I hope that was, I don't know, entertaining in some way. We will be back on Tuesday for the Tat Chat. We are back on Zahir's channel.
Well, I'm not, but you are.
I get confused whose channel it's been on. And yeah, I think so. And I will try and sort out a guest show for Thursday if I can find somebody crazy and willing enough to come and talk to me. So yeah, if you enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. And we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Bye for now.
See ya.